Di ba alam nyo nga yung ano ay?
Kunwari mo.
Diba? Diba? Hello, grabe.
Hey guys, finals week na pero hanggang ngayon hindi ko pa rin gets yung lesson natin sa SPS, Biotechnology and GMOs.
Same, kahit lang basta ko sa module, parang mas nalilito kahit ako.
Tama, ang daming scientific word. Genetic engineering, cloning, transgenic, parang foreign language.
Alam ko lang sa biotech, may bio, means buhay. And meron din siyang technology. So, buhay na robot. Ay, seryoso guys, finals na to. Baka bigyan tayo ng Ma'am Amin ng recitation or essay. Tapos tayo neto.
Wait. Guys, look oh. May nakita akong video presentation, title niya, Understanding Biotechnology and GMOs. Ang daming comments, sabi super helpful daw ng 4STS Finals.
Perfect yan, tara panoorin natin bago pa tayo pabagsak ni Ma'am Ann.
Yes, please, play mo na. Baka ito ang sagot sa lahat ng ating stress.
Good day everyone. To start off our presentation, let's talk about something that connects science and life itself, biotechnology. Did you know that science can use living things to make life easier and safer for humans? That's the magic of biotechnology. Biotechnology is the use of living organisms, cells, and biological systems to make products and technologies that improve our lives and the environment. It combines biology and technology to solve real-world problems in medicine, farming, and industry. There are 4 branches or applications of biotechnology. Medical biotechnology makes medicines, vaccines, and diagnostic tools. Examples are bacteria modified to produce insulin. Second is the agricultural biotechnology, improves crops and livestock using genes. Example, drought-resistant and pest-resistant crops. Industrial biotechnology uses microorganisms to make fuels, chemicals, and cleaning products. Example, using yeast to make biofuels. Environmental biotechnology helps protect nature. Example, bacteria that clean up oil spills. And that's how biotechnology connects life and innovation. Now, to explain how biotechnology works and why it's so important, let's pass it on to our next speaker, Mario.
Hi, I am Mario Seiko and I'm going to explain how biotechnology works and its importance. Thanks, Robin. That's a good start. Now, let's dive deeper into how biotechnology actually works. It uses several scientific methods such as genetic engineering, changing or adding genes in living things, tissue culture, growing cells in controlled lab conditions, cloning, making exact copies of genes or organisms, DNA sequencing, reading the genetic code that makes each living thing unique. So, why is biotechnology important? Because it helps improve healthcare through new medicines and vaccines, increase food production and crop quality, reduce pollution and protect nature, encourage scientific innovation and technological progress. Trivia time. Did you know that without biotechnology, we wouldn't have insulin, vaccines, or even genetically modified crops that resist pests? And now to discuss a fascinating topic that's also part of biotechnology, cloning. Let's hear it from Andrea.
Hi everyone, this is Veteran RG, but you can call me Andrea G. Now, let's talk about the cloning. First, thank you to Mario. Now, let's explore some things that sounds like it came straight out the science movie Cloning. Cloning is the process of creating an exact genetic copy of cell, organism, or gene. Now, that means that new organism identical to a DNA 1. There's 3 main types of cloning. 1. The gene cloning. copying certain genes or DNA parts. Example, making insulin clone genes. 2. Productive cloning, creating a whole organism that identical to another. Example, cloning animals like sheep. Therapeutic cloning, creating cells or tissue for a medical treatment. Example, clone stem cell to repair damaged organ. One of the famous example of cloning is Dolly the sheep. She was cloned in 1996 in Scotland using process called somatic cell nuclear transfer. She lived for 6 years and proved that cloning from adult cells was possible. Groundbreaking achievements in science. Now, let's tell us about others. Clone animals plus benefits and issue cloning. Let's welcome Jenica. Thank you.
Thank you, Andrea. Dolly the sheep truly changed the way we see science. But she wasn't alone. There were more cloned animals after here. Now, let's meet some of them. Sissy, or carbon copy, the first cloned cat in 2021. Snappy, the first cloned dog in 2005 out South Korea. Mira the goat, cloned to produce medicine in its milk. Xiong Xiong and Hua Hua, first cloned monkey in 2017 at China. Now, let's talk about the benefits of cloning. It helps the medical research and creating treatment, can save endangered species from extinction, improve livestock quality and food production. It helps scientists study genetic disease more effectively. But, of course, there are issues about that. Some say cloning is unnatural or morally wrong. There are concerns about animal welfare and genetic ethics, and human cloning is banned or restricted in the most countries in the world.
Thank you, Jenica. Now let's talk about something that affects what we eat, what we wear, and even the environment, which is GMO. So, I'm Abby Ann Enviluan. So, I'm going to tackle about the content of the GMO for today's show. GMO stands for genetically modified organism, a plant, animals, or microbes whose DNA has been changed by using biotechnology to give it a new traits or abilities. For example, beauty corn. It produces its own natural pesticide that kills insects. So let's go deeper with the uses of GMO. The first one was the transgenic microbes. The word transgenic means a gene from another organism has been inserted into their DNA to give them a new abilities. These microbes are usually bacteria or yeast that helps in making medicine, food, or clean up environmental. So, these are the example of uses of transgenic microbes. So, the first one was the medicine, which is E. coli, makes insulin for diabetic patients, and cleaning the environmental. Some bacteria can break down the oil spills and toxic waste. And about the food industry, modified yeast makes bread, beer, and biofuels better and faster. So this is the part 2 of the transgenic animals, which is under the uses of GMO. So animals had added a new genes to their DNA to develop a special traits. And example of their uses are the medical research, which is to study the human diseases like cancer and diabetes, and the medicine production. Some goats are engineered to make a medicine in their milk. And the farming, animals that grow faster and resist diseases, and organ transplants, modified pigs might save human lives in the future. So this is the last part of the uses of GMO, which is the transgenic plants. Plants whose genes are changed to make stronger and useful to farmers. So these are the example of uses of the transgenic plants. So the first one was the insect research, where the BT corn kills insect naturally. And better nutrition, golden rice produce vitamin A to prevent blindness. Herbicide tolerance, crops survive with killers. And the environmental protection, crops survive drought or absorb more carbon dioxide. And increased science keep us growing, and biotechnology shows how life itself can be used to make the world better as long as we use it wisely and responsibly. And that's our presentation, and thank you for viewing.
Wow, ang ganda pala ng explanation. Ang daling intindihin ang biotech and GMO.
Oo. So biotech means using living things like bacterial cells to make products like insulin or vaccines.
Tapos hindi lang pala sa medicine ginagamit, pati sa farming at environment like pest resistant plants and biofuels.
At ngayon gets ko na, yung cloning. It's all about making exact copies gaya ni Dolly with Dolly the sheep.
And GMOs naman, mga plants or animals na binago yung DNA nila para maging mas useful like golden rice or BT corn.
Kaya pala sabi ni Ma'am Ami, biotech is not just about science. It's about improving life and healthy society.
Oo, tama. Pero kailangan pa rin maging responsible sa paggamit dahil may pros and cons ito.
So in short, handa na tayo sa finals.
Yes, pag tinanong ni Ma'am Ani, masasagot na natin with confidence.
Biotechnology and GMOs, science that improves lives. High five!
Okay.